Hello and welcome back to somebody on the rest of my and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, big show today. Obviously, not far away from NXT Battleground now. Just 12 days away. So yeah, there's a lot happening. And yeah, I mean, obviously you got the women's title tournament and things like that, so let's get straight into it. And we started things off with that tournament. Cora Jade versus Fallon Henry. Henry got a shoulder block and a big slam early on before taking Cora down with a heel kick. Jade was in control and sidestepped the tackle before getting a big knee drop on Fallon. Cora tried for a middle 5-finger leg lock before Henry broke out and hit an uppercut. Jade then took a shining with her before Cora rolled up. Back in the ring, Jade hit Sell and DDT and picked up the win. And Jade gets 6 out of 10 for me. I don't know, I really would have liked either of these two to win. But Jade, for me, winning is probably the right decision. With Lyra Valkyrie coming out after the match and had a stare down with Cora. And yeah, I don't know, I think it just makes sense. I really like Cora, and yeah, I think she could go maybe all the way in the women's tournament, maybe, or facing her rival Roxanne in the final. Tyler and Wesley were in the locker room before the Dial attacked them, before Gacy came in to tell them that their friendship was based on lies. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams were out next, and they called out Bron Breakker, Charlie Dempsey and Gru Gulak showed up instead. The two teams bickered for a bit before setting up a tag team match later on in the night, before Ilya Dragunov interrupted Dijak during a promo and told him he could not be broken because he could withstand immense pain. Dijak then confessed that he likes inflicting pain and Ilya liked receiving it, but there's no man alive he can't break. Yeah, very interesting way of setting off a fight, but there we go. Creed Brothers then took on the Diet. Violet and Julius kicked off the match, and the Creed were in control early on with some quick tags in and out. The Creeds then hit some big suplexes before Reed got a Koji catch and Ripped came in for some stomps on Julius. Julius broke out of the hold and got a snapmare before tags were made. We then got some 450 splashes from Julius and Reed as the match went on. Niall took out Rain at ringside, and the destruction allowed Creeds to hit the Brutus Spine and pick up the win. And yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Not a bad match this. I don't know, I just can't really get too into it, especially knowing that I want their release and stuff like that. But you know, the match wasn't bad, and I think the winner makes sense, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Tony D was then at a restaurant with Sax and got the call from Paul calling Sax to walk away for a bit. Some clearly fake cops came in and arrested Tony in the meantime and said there was a criminal investigation. And yeah, another very intriguing to get involved with Tony D. And yeah, kind of intrigued to see where it goes next, I can't lie. Nandar was hosting his talk show, Supernova Sessions, and his guest was Dragon Lee. After a sad attempt at trying to speak Spanish, Dar made fun of Dragon Star in Mexico, and Lee told him to put his cup on the line if he was so confident. Dar tried to back out of the challenge by talking about some made-up rules before Fraser came out to explain Dar as the fraud he is. The two argued for a bit before Dar accepts a non-title match against Fraser and will also take on Lee at Battleground. And yeah, set out the match really nicely. Supernova Sessions wasn't bad as some talk shows, I can't lie. And yeah, can't wait for that match. That's going to be great. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams then take on Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. Dempsey and Williams kicked off the match, and Trick got some big strikes in early on before Hayes came back with a big sequence of moves leading to a sunset flip and a near fall. Drew came in and took some holds before taking Dempsey back in and getting a cheap shot on Trick on the apron. Meadow came back in and got some big forehands and spine buster before getting nothing but net on Charlie for the win. Bron Breakker showed up on the Titantron and he was at Meadow's favourite barber as he vaguely threatened Meadow and everyone around him before walking out and heading to the arena. Yeah, I know, another interesting NXT moment to have him at the barber. I don't know. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but the match was good enough, I suppose. In fact, no, it was really good. Yeah, four very good wrestlers on NXT, I think it's fair to say. 7 out of 10. Kiana James then took on Thea Hale. Hale took the fight outside the ring and took down Kiana before trying for a dive away, but James rolled out of the way. James got in control and hit some big strikes in the corner before getting near fall, while Hudson was scoring test papers at ringside. After a break on NXT, Hale came back with a snap suplex and a senton before trying for a huge crossbody off the top. James cancelled the dive from Hale before hitting a 4-1 flatliner for the win. And yeah, it gets a 5 out of 10 for me. I don't know, the match wasn't that good. I get the whole chase you stuff, but yeah, it didn't really click for me, so it gets a 5 out of 10 unfortunately. Hank and Tank were backstage when Briggs and Jensen congratulated them on a great match last week, and the former UK champs said they got the better of fighting each other, inspiring Tank to challenge Hank to a match. Wesley and Tyler Bate were then backstage, and Lee said that he has something to see, but he'll do it out of the ring. So he did, and as did Joe Gacy and Ava Rain. The Schism tried to convince Wes that Tyler was after him and his title. Wes and Joe were talking about a match, and Tyler wants it to be a triple threat for the North American title. Wes was shocked that Tyler would go after his title, but Bate assured him that their title wouldn't get in the way of their friendship. The Schism got back to trash talking before Wes said he thought he could trust bait and walked out. And yeah, I think we all knew this is kind of where it's going. And yeah, it definitely makes sense. And yeah, can't wait for that match. That's going to be a banger. JC Jane and Roxanne Perez then face each other in the Women's Championship tournament. Jane got big strikes early on before Perez took her down and got a near fall. Jane then took her into the corner and hit some big spears before trying for the cartwheel splash, but Perez sidestepped. Perez sent Jane outside with a dropkick before getting a big dive to the outside. Jane was taken down with a leg sweep and a splash in the ring before Perez got another near fall. Jane then hit a super kick off a counter, off a near fall of her own. Perez dodged another quick kick before getting a sudden pop rocks for the win. Gigi then attacked JC Jane after match and hauled break out, and officials had to flood the ringside area. And yeah, gets 7 out of 10 from me. This was good stuff. Setting up 2 different angles. Obviously, the Roxanne advancing in the tournament, which is a good decision. Would love it if she got her title back. And of course, the Toxic Attraction rivalry continues, which I don't mind. I don't think there's really anything better that they could be doing at the moment. So yeah, good stuff. Mano and Trick were back out and called out Bron Breakker once more. We got a strange continuation for the Dijak Dragunov promo before heading back to the ring. Bron came out with a large number of security guys and said that they were there for Trick and Meadows' protection. They spent the next few minutes trash talking and establishing the fact they were both at the top of their game. Bron brought out some sports teams before saying that he will end Trick's destiny at Battleground. Trick and Meadow then attacked the security guys and took them out before Bron came into the ring. Meadow took some hits but managed to take Bron out with a belt as NXT went off the air. And yeah, good little segment this. Really enjoying this stuff. Yeah, heel Bron v face Mano, I think it's definitely the best way to go about the belts. And yeah, when the match happens with this dynamic, I think it's going to be even better than the first one. And overall this week, NXT gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, on the whole, I thought it was a solid episode of NXT this week. Very heavy the NXT champion, which of course isn't a bad thing. And yeah, I don't know. Lots of intriguing storylines building up towards Battleground. So yeah, very, very good show this week. But anyway, guys, that's it for video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comments down below. If you fit wrestling news and subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.